Sam Ellard, are you a short shorts kind of guy?
No, I'm come as no surprise to anyone. I definitely don't have the legs to pull off short shorts. They're really short, by the way. Like,
it's because I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm almost. Do you think this is,
They ride up a bit.
Well, I'm not being funny, but I'm like a foot away from you, and
When you got thighs like mine, Sam, you got to get them out, Shebahn.
Yeah, no.
You got to get them out.
Breathe.
Yeah, you got to get the thighs out, mate.
Shorts though in the office in general, you think that's completely fine, completely acceptable, completely normal?
Until someone tells us otherwise.
Yeah.
I will have shorts on. I mean, Jim White doesn't like it, does he?
Does he
Simon
not?
told me in Germany Jim doesn't like wearing shorts. Be careful.
You might get told off by Jim White.
So, I'll be hiding after the show.
What about like sandal flip-flops, open shoes?
Depends on the old toes.
Is it one of those ones?
I'd maybe say no sandals in the office.
No sandals in the office?
But then I wear sandals, so do you know what I mean? You can't expect...
I've got them battered football feet.
Aye.
No, them battered footballers' feet where like just the toes
are bruised.
all bruised.
Can you show us them?
You don't want to see them.
Please, because I've got a bit of a thing
they look fine, but like my big toes are like swollen from playing, mate.
Is it weird though? I really want to see them now. Is that straight? Yeah, I don't know. Is that straight?
Get your toes out for them, lads.
Back pages then. It's all dominated pretty much by the game last night, as no surprise. Down but not out was the headline on the back of the Mail this morning. Back of the Guardian, they go advantage PSG. Dembele strike leaves Arsenal with work to do. Down but not out is the back of the Times. Dembele gives PSG the advantage, but Arsenal could have had a bigger mountain to climb. And the back of the Mirror, Paris silence Gunners is their headline. Dembele early strike stuns Arsenal and quietens the Emirates, which you guys have touched on. But on the game, Gabby, was last night real hard evidence of just how important Thomas Partey is into the Arsenal team?
Yeah, it shows how important Thomas Partey is, but sometimes, Sam, it just shows how important, how good PSG are. Arsenal played a poor Real Madrid, and maybe Arsenal fans got a bit carried away of how good they done against Real Madrid. And I said it to my friend who's an Arsenal fan. I said, PSG aren't Real Madrid. PSG are a top team. They destroyed Man City at their home stadium. They destroyed Liverpool, and somehow they lost the game. They destroyed Aston Villa, and now Arsenal have got to go there and get a result. Yeah. It's going to be one hell of a challenge for them. PSG are a top team.
They've obviously got so many great attacking players, but like out of possession, their work off the ball is absolutely incredible, isn't it? There was a moment which just stood out in my head last night watching it. It's like 82nd minute, Arsenal were counter-attack on the right-hand side, and Kvaratskhelia has tracked the whole length of the pitch to trap Bukayo Saka down. And we can talk all we want about the front three, how good they are, how quick they are, how technically good the midfield three are, but off the ball, the work out of possession gaps is outstanding.
And defensively, they're so strong. That's what I noticed when I watched them this season, especially against Villa. Mendes at left back, he's played against Salah and Saka, only conceded one shot on target. Yeah. He's had them both in his pocket. Pacho at centre half, Ecuadorian, outstanding player, Marquinhos experience, Hakimi as well. And when you've got a keeper, honestly, when I've seen the players walk past each other and Donnarumma walk past Raya, I'm like, whoa, the difference in height. He must be 6'6". Donnarumma, 6'5". He's massive. So they've got. I think this PSG are the best team in the competition, mate. I really do, and I think they'll go and win it.
Yeah, just one away from the game last night. A transfer story in the back of the Sun. Tune on the mark. Jack Rosser reports this morning Newcastle intend to see off a trio of Premier League rivals in the race for Mark Gahey. He's attracted interest from Chelsea, Man City, and Spurs. The Magpies bid £70 million last summer, which was rejected. Palace in the end selling Joachim Andersen. But Gahey's got 1 year left on his deal. Means it's likely the Newcastle are going to come back in for Mark Gahey this summer. And with a year left on his deal, Gabby, this feel like this Newcastle got a much better chance of getting this deal done this summer?
Yeah, but I think it's still going to cost them 40-50 million pound. But I just look at Botman's had injuries, hasn't he? Botman struggled to stay fit this season, and sometimes you watch Newcastle, especially recently against Aston Villa, very poor from the two centre halves. So Champions League football is more than doable for Newcastle this season, so he'll be a great addition. I love watching him. Strong, good on the ball, aggressive, top defender.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Palace to keep hold of some of these players.
And it's such a shame, isn't it? Because he's done such a good job there this season, and I'd love to see them next season if you can keep the core of that team together.
And keep Glasner
with a few additions. They'd be a real dangerous team next season. But
you know what Arsenal should do as well?
Go on.
Buy some of Crystal Palace fans. Because their atmosphere at Selhurst Park is outstanding. Their atmosphere in the semi-final at Wembley was unbelievable. Yeah. I was sat behind them, and they were non-stop all game. They had a good idea what to do. That all their sort of you call them ultras or whatever, sat together, making an atmosphere.
You been a bit harsh on Arsenal fans last night.
No, I heard you saying that you were doing the watch along.
I was doing a watch along.
You had the telly on mute.
Yeah, it was
Sam,
that bad.
It was dead.
Really?
It was
completely dead.
Dead. It was after North London Forever as ever is brilliant, and then after the goal, it was like, let's just sit down and watch, and you could hear the PSG fans, and the ultras are great.
Yep.
But even their movement, the way they're bouncing around in the stands, your guy on the mic, the guy with the drum, I mean, I can't believe that they need G'd up to get into a Champions League semi-final.
The train going past my room last night was louder, mate.
Sam, thank you. That was a look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business. Choo-choo.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.